Hey fam, SIXXA here, Simply Original. I hope you're all doing fine. If you're viewing my video for the first time, thank you so much. I hope you subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos to your family and friends. And if you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate your love, support, and time. Have you ever wondered why I'm called SIXXA? I gotcha. And if you've never wondered why I'm called SIXXA, help me watch my video until the end. And also, just in case. So in today's video, I'm going to answer all the W questions regarding my name, SIXXA. So without further ado, guys, let's just dive in. It was that time of the year when the University of Namibia sent their student teachers for teaching practice. As grade 11 at SIXXA Senior Secondary School, that time the school was so new. I think it was the second year the school was operating, and it only had one grade 11 class, which was my class, and I think 4 grade 12 classes. It was that new. So you know that moment when the teacher has nothing to teach and the learners have nothing to learn? I used to love such kind of teachers. We had English class with a student teacher, and I presume he had nothing to teach and we had nothing to learn. So he asked us to tell him our names, what we want to become in the future, and our nicknames. I'm not gonna lie, those years I was such an academician. Like, I'll just come to school, do whatever I'll have to do regarding academics, and go back home. I was actually not in the hostel then. Anything that does not involve academics, count me out. I'm not gonna participate. So when the teacher asked us to tell him our nicknames, everybody knew that Amelia does not have a nickname. So I told the teacher that, sir, I don't have a nickname. And he was like, I am the panda, you should get one. Well, he actually said it that way and used that name because we are like immediate neighbors. That's the only name he knows because that's the only name I use at home. Nobody calls me Amelia at home. Like, okay, Amelia is my school name and Ndapanda is my home name, like house name. Everybody around the village, around my house, they only know me by Ndapanda. If you say anything about Amelia, they'll be like, who's Amelia? Like, okay, and so on and so forth. So I didn't also want to be all dramatic, like I don't have one and whatnot, because I didn't want the teacher to feel like, well, I'm just doing that because we are neighbors. So I was just like, okay, fine. So I started listening to other people's nicknames. So most of them, they were just like shortening their names, and then others were naming themselves after celebrities and whatnot. And then there I was, I didn't know what to do. So I also thought of shortening my name, Amelia, and the only names I could get was Emmy, Emily, and Emix. And I really didn't like them that much because everybody will know that if somebody is called Emmy, Emily, Emix, or whatever, their name is probably Amelia. So I wanted something unique and also meaningful. So I started playing around my names. Like, I actually have 3 names, of which I'll talk about in my Get to Know Me tag, which is long overdue. Like I said, I wanted to get something unique and meaningful, and that should consist all of my names, 3 names, plus my surname. It was a lot of work. So I started playing around my initials, ENT, plus my surname, F. And then I got Fent, which doesn't really sound nice, though it's my initials and first letter of my surname. And then I added the Y at the end so that it will be like Fenty, Fenty Beauty. Okay, by then I didn't know anything about Fenty Beauty. All right, fine, but then I didn't like it that much. Since mathematics was my favorite subject, I started playing around my names, including numbers in it. So I counted the letters in my first name, Amelia, Emilia. Guess what? Amelia has 6 letters. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. All right, guys, Amelia has 6 letters. So I assume you already know where I'm headed to. Well, that was it with Amelia. So I was left with my other 2 names and then plus my surname that is not part of my nickname, of which I wanted everything to be part of my nickname. And then after many calculations that failed and whatnot, okay, I later just took the first 2 syllables of my surname for Tolela. So I just took the F-O-T-O, and then I had like 6 photo, not with PH, but F-O. T-O. So I was like, all right, fine, I was done. Because everything I was calculating and doing, it was just not giving me the that I wanted. So I was done with 6 photo, but then I later thought that these people will just be teasing me like 6 photos as in with the PH, and I knew I was not gonna be happy about that. And you cannot even go and report that means this one is calling me 6 photo with the PH instead of F. Oh, those days the teachers will even just laugh at you. So I was like, nah, let me have 6 and then photo and then a number, any number. So I started from 1, like 6 photo 1, 6 photo 2, 6 photo 3, I omitted 4 and 5 because I was in a haste of getting to 6, so that I'll probably have 6 at the beginning and 6 at the end. So I was like 6 photo 6. It actually sounded nice to me, but the first 6 was for the 6 letters in my first name, and then photo from my surname, but then the last 6 was meaningless. I wouldn't be able to explain what the last 6 stands for. So I was like, nah, I have to get like a different number. And then I remembered that I have 3 names plus my surname, which makes it 4. So why not 6 photo 4? Like, it's very unique and it's meaningful. Like, I can explain my nickname 6 photo 4. There, I was done. Guys, I couldn't wait for it to be my turn to tell the class what my nickname is, because I know everybody was expecting, because they knew that I was not really into those kind of stuff then. It was later than my turn, so I stood up. I'm like, I'm Emilia Fotolela. Everybody knew that, so they were not interested. I don't even remember what I said I wanted to become. I think I said, okay, those days, if somebody asks me what I wanted to become in future, I'd probably say a pilot or a journalist. See what I'm doing now. Well, life happened, so whatever. Well, I then said my name is Amelia. I probably said I wanted to become a journalist or a pilot. And then my nickname part, I had to say it as slow as possible so that they make me repeat. Attention, SIXXA. All right, I went like, okay, let me just do it like how I did it. Okay, I was like, I'm Emilia Fotolela. I want to become a journalist, and my nickname is 644. Everyone was like, and then the teacher even said, what? I'm like, 644. So I was even expecting them to ask me what it meant and all that, but nobody did. And then the teacher said, wow, okay, next. Well, that was the end of English class. Guys, during break time, I was working from the toilets with my cousin Stella, and then I heard somebody calling my name, my nickname. So you know that moment when you're somewhere and somebody is calling someone, since it's not your name, you just mind your business and continue with your life. So I was in that situation. And then Stella was like, Twitana, like you have been called? I'm like, it was actually by a grade 12 learner, and later I found out that he just wanted me to know that he knows that I now go by 644. Well, after some days, like to a week, the entire school already knows that I now go by 644, including the teachers. Well, after some time, my cousin Stella, he said that 644 is too long for him, so he'll just be calling me 6. I'm like, no problem. My cousin's name is actually Stella Muchmore 169. That is way too long, but we just call him Stella, so I didn't have a problem with that. So everybody was calling me 6 and not 644 in full, which is still okay. But then here comes the Vambus. Okay, to the non-Namibians, let me tell you something about Vambus. Okay, Vambus are Namibians from the Oshoambo-speaking tribe, and 99.99% of the Vambus are from the northern parts of Namibia. So, with Vambus, if your names end with a consonant, they'll add a prefix A as in letter A to it. Let me give you an example. Like, for example, James, we call them Jamesa. Thomas will be Thomasa. Richmond will be Richmonda. Mabel will be Mabela. Whatever names ends with a consonant, we add the prefix A as in letter A to it. But if your name ends with a vowel like Ialo, it will just be Ialo. Gifty, Gifty, Amelia, Amelia. Lina, Loide. Like for the vowel kind of endings, like they are safe. So since 6 ends with a consonant, they then had to put the prefix a to it, and then it will be called SIXXA. I mean, it's okay for us. I'm a Bamboo. It just feels comfortable adding the a to the name that ends with a consonant, especially when you're speaking Oshuambo. Okay, let me demonstrate something for you. If somebody is asking someone like, where's my pen? And then the person has to say, your pen is at 6, like in Oshuambo, without the prefix a. Openajo iri penyan, oiriku 6. Oiriku 6. Like you have to hold it in and then later breathe. But then if we add our prefix, we just say, Openajo iri penyan, oiriku 6. You continue breathing. Like, I just feel, okay, for me, I also just feel more comfortable when I add the prefix a to a name that ends with a consonant, when I'm speaking Oshuambo especially. Like, Openajo iri penyan, oiriku 6, and Openajo iri penyan, oiriku 6. Like, there's a difference, doch. Like, it's probably the Mbwiti kind of people that will omit that prefix. All right, so my name was then called SIXXA throughout. They'll actually just call me SIXXA, but then in writing, it still remained 6 from 644. And then that was the end of grade 11. I was then grade 12. And then the grade 11 new learners used to write me letters complaining about stuff, or probably they want to do something in the school because I was the head girl. I know. Yeah, but then when they write, they'll just write like, Dear SIXXA, like SIXXA. And then I'll always like explain to them, like, the name is not SIXXA, the name is 6. Like the grade 12 learners are just calling me SIXXA because of this and that and that. It's actually 6 from 644 and whatnot. But it was as though whatever I'm saying is getting in here and getting out the other side. They'll still write SIXXA with XA. And then later I was like, whatever, it's fine. So why don't I just modify this SIXXA kind of name to XX, like double X instead of just one X? Well, so I was just like, well, let me just rename myself to SIXXA, which is also not that bad. Well, my high school mate still calls me 644, but not that much, just occasionally, not really as much as I would like, but it's okay. After some time, I actually found out that I'm the 6th born of my father. So guys, when I'm with somebody and they ask me why I'm called SIXXA or whatsoever, since this is a very long story to narrate at a restaurant, I just tell them that because I'm the 6th born of my father. Like, that's it. So guys, in the comment section below, if you have a nickname, tell me about it. Tell me why you are called that. I mean, tell me everything about your nickname. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching my video until the end. Do not forget to click your notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Peace out.